everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for your response to my last video where I talked a little bit about my own experience working as an MLM distributor for a company called BEACHBODY. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I'll link it in the description box below. I just share my personal journey as an ex-BEACHBODY coach. I did reach diamond rank and then I recently quit back in September. I was a coach for almost 5 years. But with that aside, I just was so overwhelmed with your love and support and welcoming me into the anti-MLM community. I'm really excited to bring more content to you guys about this topic to help more people understand what MLMs are, how they work, what kind of money you can make if you join an MLM, what the downsides are really. I am very anti-MLM at this point in my life. I used to be super pro MLM. I've learned that the reason why I was so pro MLM is honestly because I went through a bit of some brainwashing during my time in the MLM. Now I need to definitely insert a disclaimer here and let you guys know
these are my opinions. Do not base any of your own decisions off of my life experience. These are just my opinions. If you feel like you can gain something from this, I do hope it helps you.
Some people will argue that MLMs are really great business models. You know, just do your research, look up the income disclosures yourself, decide for yourself if you think it's worth your time. I'm going to be talking about how BEACHBODY felt like a cult to me. If you look online and you look up like what is BEACHBODY? BEACHBODY is a privately held American pyramid scheme company.
Whoa!
I am so blown away. I cannot believe that's on Wikipedia. So that's what Wikipedia says about BEACHBODY. The point of my video today is to talk about this thing I learned about by doing my own anti-MLM research on YouTube, learning about this thing called the BITE model. Something that really intrigued me because I'm like, wait, what is that? The BITE model is essentially a way for an organization to control your mind. And as I read over the characteristics of the BITE model, I was definitely able to see how my MLM lined up with this. There are some definite like out there things on this as well. Like when you get to the bottom of once you've completely been like brainwashed, there's, you know, imprisonment and murder is listed on there, right? Obviously, BEACHBODY and other MLMs aren't going to make you go murder people. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't have to be every single one of these. But when I read through this, there's a lot of it that is totally accurate with the MLM that I was a part of. The first thing that they do is a thing called behavior control, regulating an individual's physical reality. We are encouraged to do home workouts. So in that way, I felt like BEACHBODY did regulate my physical reality, dictate where, how, and with whom the member lives and associates or isolates. My upline and my team was very influential in a way where they would say,
if someone does not agree with you, they're a hater, therefore you need to not associate with that person anymore, just don't listen to what they say.
And you only need to listen to people who are successful. They're talking about successful in the MLM business, in the MLM industry business, right? Regulate diet, regulate food and drink, hunger and or fasting. Need I say more? I mean, if you've done BEACHBODY programs, you know what their meal plans are like. I didn't realize how restrictive they were. It's because it's all I ever knew. But now that I'm not in BEACHBODY anymore, I totally understand that 1,200 calories a day is not sustainable. That is what I ate for 4 years, or tried to eat for 4 years. And then when I failed, I felt like awful. Obviously, consuming Shakeology every single day. Manipulation and deprivation of sleep. My upline manipulated and deprived me of sleep. When I told her I did not have enough time to do my business activities, I was told I needed to wake up at 4 in the morning to make time. So there's that. Financial exploitation. Buy Shakeology every single month if you want to be a good coach and you want to be a product of the product. I don't know if I can even, like, what's there to say about that? It should not cost you $116 to play. It was not a requirement to purchase Shakeology. I know a lot of YouTubers who are anti-MLM, they may have not been BEACHBODY coaches, or maybe their upline told them wrong because their upline wanted them to purchase Shakeology, and that's how you're exploiting this person. But It was not a requirement to be on Shakeology. It was incredibly encouraged because if you want to be a product of the product, you have to be drinking it yourself and not just every once in a while, like you got to drink it every day. The other side of it was if you wanted to qualify for bonuses or leads, there was a requirement that you had to be purchasing at least from 50 to 90 personal volume points, which personal volume is essentially dollars that you're pouring into the Beachbody pot. In my opinion, yes, they were financially exploitive. I just wanted to correct the assumption that you had to buy Shakeology to be a coach, because you don't. You don't have to buy it. All you have to do is pay $16 a month to be a coach. But even that is exploitive because you're telling people that they're going to make money, but you're really requiring them to purchase stuff constantly. Restrict leisure, entertainment, and vacation time. 100%. 100%. Any leisure time you have as a coach is taken from you, and you are told that you need to be working your business. Otherwise, you're not a good coach. Major time spent with group indoctrination and rituals and/or self-indoctrination, including the internet. Self-help, personal development, constant team and Zoom calls. Rituals. I was visualizing the process of becoming rich, and it was all indoctrination to keep me going. Rewards and punishments used to modify behaviors, both positive and negative. Every month, a leaderboard. It's a reward if you're on the leaderboard for hitting Success Club. It's a punishment if you're not on the board for hitting Success Club. If you're not hitting Success Club, you don't get to talk to your upline coach for help or advice. If you're not doing exactly what you should be doing and reaching your goals each month, then you are punished for that. And those who are reaching their goals are constantly being rewarded for that, being shouted out, being sent prizes from Beachbody, being sent gifts from their upline. The next area of the BEACHBODY model, so that was BEACHBODY. So BEACHBODY is behavioral control, and the next part is information control. Deception, deliberately withhold information. You don't realize what you're getting signed up for until you pay the money. Like, you think you are literally told during your coach sneak peek or during your interview with your upline that it's going to be
easy. You're going to work an hour a day.
That is not true. The information that is withheld from you is actually how much you are going to be expected to work as a coach, which is a lot of fucking time. Distort information to make it more acceptable also falls under that category. With the bonuses and stuff that you can qualify for, that was the part that always felt like I was getting smacked in the face. I would work so hard to earn these bonuses, and then I'd realize the only way I actually would qualify for those bonuses is not only if I worked so hard for it, but if I was spending a certain amount of money. Like, you had to have, if you wanted, say you're an Emerald coach, and they glorify Success Club leads. Beachbody gives their coaches leads. Leads are people who come to Beachbody who don't have a coach. But in order to qualify for those leads, you have to hit Success Club, right? That's what they tell you. You have to be an Emerald coach and you have to hit Success Club. So you do that, and that's all good and fine and well. And then you don't qualify for leads. You don't qualify for leads because, oh, you're not signed up for Beachbody On Demand. Oh, you didn't spend your $50 of personal home direct order. Like, I can spend $50 on product, but if it's not home direct, then that's a whammy, right? Like, they whammied me all the time. And here's the thing, you qualify for these Success Club trips by hitting Success Club, and they make it seem like it's all expenses paid, but it's not all expenses paid. You actually have to pay to get there. You actually have to pay for other things. Based on your Success Club points, they're only going to cover a portion of it. They make it seem like it's this huge deal, but really all it is a big photo op so that you can enroll more coaches into the opportunity. Minimize or discourage access to non-cult sources of information, including critical information, former members. Keep members busy so they don't have time to think and investigate. 100%. If you are not learning all about Shakeology only through Beachbody, if you are not following all the top coaches and learning about how to be successful through them, then you're not doing it right. Because all these other people, they're all haters. They don't get it. They don't understand. Ensure the information is not freely accessible. I was watching a video on a lady named Deanna Mims, and she was talking about how she was looking for the Beachbody income disclosure statement. She thought, hey, it'd just be in the back of the coach office. So she went to the back of the coach office to find it. She couldn't find it there. She had to call Beachbody corporate and had to jump through several hoops before she could actually get a copy of the income disclosure statement. There is one example of something not being freely accessible, and that is how you make money. So why is that not given to you as soon as you sign up to be a coach? Before you sign up to be a coach, you should receive that income disclosure statement. Who would take a job and not know how much their salary was going to be? Apparently this girl. Control information at different levels. Yes. When you're a coach, you're only given a little bit of information. Then when you become an emerald, you're given a little bit more information. Then when you become a diamond, you get a little bit more information. And then when you become a star diamond, or you're working towards star diamond, you're given a little bit more information. That's as far as I got. I actually never got to star diamond, but I was in a star diamond push group. So I got some of the information. And that's when I started to see how fucked up MLMs really were. When I was like, oh, you're like literally tricking your coaches into buying more product so that you can make more money. It made me feel so sick. Misquoting statements or using them out of context from non-cult sources. Yes. I even felt like the Bible was used out of context. Our whole team was supposed to be like a faith-based Christian team. We're all supposed to be loving, Bible-reading Christian girls. In my history as a Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the Bible say somewhere that like you're supposed to sell your possessions and give to the poor? Or you're supposed to like not be a lover of the world, or like you're not supposed to chase money, right? Like that's all in there somewhere, right? When I think about everything we did as coaches, it was like that. And like certain scriptures would be quoted, but it would be like out of context to justify us seeking greed. And I mean, I gotta say, like, I don't have a problem with money. I do love money. I think money is great. It's an awesome tool. But like, if all you're doing is seeking more and more and more, you're lusting and you're chasing after things that can't fulfill you, which is not Christian. Like, that's not a Christian thing to do. And yet I remember my upline and her upline, like using scripture to be like, you know, like God, he wants us to live an abundant life. And I'm just like, it's like going back to Joel Osteen. Now we're on to the next category of the BITE model, which is thought control. Require members to internalize the group's doctrine as truth. If you are having a problem in your MLM and you go to your upline, the first question they're going to ask you is, did you read your personal development? Because that is the entire source of truth. Instilling black and white thinking, organizing people into us versus them. Until I became a coach, I didn't think there was anything wrong with having a 9-to-5 job. You have stable hours, you get the weekends off maybe if you're lucky, you get benefits, 401k, insurance, whatnot. When you become a coach, all of a sudden, all of that stuff is like below you. Like, oh no, sorry sister, I would much rather be a fabulous coach making my millions of dollars and traveling the world on my yacht. Like you're really taught that that's possible. Oh my, it's embarrassing to think that I actually believed all that shit. I mean, you know what? If you want it, go get it. Why are we thinking there's something wrong with someone who wants to work a normal job with normal hours and like have benefits? Like, there is nothing wrong with that. I started thinking about it and like, I actually really love my job right now. I don't get paid diddly squat, yo. I'm a social worker. But you know what? I have a flexible job where I actually get to work from home. There are so many other jobs where you can work from home and still get a living wage and still have benefits and still have health insurance.
Use of loaded language and cliches, which constrict knowledge, stop critical thoughts, and reduce complexities into buzzwords.
Oh my God.
Anytime you had a question with why something wasn't working in your business, you were told to just power through, see the dream, keep the vision, don't give up.
Okay, I'll keep doing that.
And then, you know, $7,000 later, I'm in the hole wondering why this isn't working for me. Memories are manipulated and false memories are created. I can give an exact example of this. If you know my story, I was a coach for almost 5 years. For the first 2 years, I followed exactly what they wanted me to do. I woke up in the morning, followed my Success Club tracker, kept track of everything. I wrote down everyone's name, followed up with people, did my invites, I did my workout, personal development, everything. And then I had a moment, which I talked about in my last video, where I quit for 6 months. There were a couple of reasons. Number one is I felt like I was spinning my wheels. Number two is my marriage was in shambles and I was getting ready to get a divorce. I got divorced and then I joined as a coach again. Later on, I told my coach that I didn't understand why I was failing. This was actually before I quit. She told me this multiple times, and actually they had a push coach who told me this too. I was told that I wasn't working. I was told that I wasn't working. Even though I worked for 2 years and followed the system and I wasn't as far as I wanted to be, I was told that I wasn't working. They were creating false memories for me, and I actually believed it. That is the sad thing, because I thought, yeah, they're right. Like, I took 6 months off. I fucked up. I felt guilty because I wasn't working every single day after doing it every single day, not taking a day off for 2 years. Memories are manipulated. I remember working for 2 years straight and not making very much money. And as a matter of fact, when you think about all the money I spent, I lost money. Memories are manipulated and false memories are created. So I believed about myself that I must have not been working hard enough. That's sad. Teaching thought-stopping techniques, which shut down reality testing by stopping negative thoughts and allowing only positive thoughts, including denial, rationalization, justification, and wishful thinking. Yes. Thought-stopping techniques. Anytime I thought there might be something wrong with the way this system works, nope, you can do it. You are a powerful, strong woman. You can do this. Anytime I thought the products weren't as great as they made them seem to be, no, this has superfood nutrition in it and it's going to help lots of people. You're only allowed to think positive thoughts. You're never allowed to have a critical thought. You're never allowed to think constructively about anything. Everything is just wishful thinking. Rejection of rational analysis, critical thinking, and constructive criticism. Forbidding critical questions about the leader, doctrine, or policies. Anytime I asked anything critical about what was going on, it always went back to, have you read your personal development? It was like a broken record. Are you following everything exactly as we've laid it out? Because the system does not fail.
Do not question the system.
Labeling alternative belief systems as illegitimate or not useful, such as working a 9-to-5 job, starting your own business, doing your own thing. There were 2 girls on my team who left Beachbody and started their own businesses. They were talked shit about because they left. If y'all want to see that, go check out Deanna Mims. She found the video where the lady was like screaming at these girls. And I was a part of that team. And we're on the last section, which is emotional control. Manipulate and narrow the range of feelings. Some emotions and or needs are deemed as evil, wrong, or selfish. Emotions such as sadness, disappointment, anger, those are wrong.
Do not feel sad things aren't working. Find a solution. Do not feel angry that someone canceled. Find another person. Do not feel discouraged that you're not making your goals. Just figure it out. You'll find your own way.
Teach emotion-stopping techniques to block feelings of doubt. So I can think of a specific story about this one, which was, this was the thing that I remember always stopped my doubt and kept me going. And it was part of the indoctrination process. So there was a story we had learned about in some personal development book or self-help book that we were reading about getting rich. I think it was Think and Grow Rich. There was a story where this guy was in the California gold rush and he was digging and digging and digging, like panning for gold, right? Trying to find gold, etc. He'd been going for a really long time. And he finally was like, I guess there's no gold out here, and he stopped. Then 2 weeks later, along comes this guy who decides to start mining right where that guy was mining in the same area, and literally like 20 feet away from where the guy stopped was the gold. And that story was used to manipulate me to not doubt. If you stop, someone else is going to come along and get your gold. Do not doubt the process. Keep going until you get your gold. And people wonder why I was a coach for almost 5 years. Make the person feel that problems are always their own fault, never the leader's or the group's fault. All MLMs do this. I'm not even saying it's Carl Deichler's fault. He's a smart guy. Like, he created an MLM. He's a rich guy now. So good on him. I don't blame him. I blame the structure of the company. There are not enough people in the world for pyramid structures to work. My team told me that oversaturation was not a thing, that the universe was abundant, that we could find these people if we just kept looking. That was to keep us working. Promote feelings of guilt or unworthiness, 100%, such as you are not living up to your potential. I remember feeling like, how is it that when I hit Emerald, which they were making such a huge deal about, I got a shout out on the board, but then I was being told right away I needed to keep going. Emerald was not my full potential. Diamond was the next step. Then I hit Diamond, I got a shout out on the board on the team page, but then I was told,
don't stop at Diamond, now you gotta go for 2-star.
Why is it that I was never like in a spot where I was finally like successful? You were always being told that you were never living up to your potential unless you were at the tippy top of the pyramid. But guess what, guys? Not everyone can be at the tippy top of the pyramid. It's just not possible. Your thoughts, feelings, actions are irrelevant or selfish. I wanted to take a day off to go play with my kids or to watch TV. Oh my gosh, you guys. I did not watch Netflix for 2 years because watching Netflix means you're not working your business. If you have not hit Success Club and you're watching Netflix because you need downtime, you suck. Instilling fear, such as fear of leaving or being shunned by the group. I was shunned by some of the members of my group. Fear of others' disapproval. I was so afraid of letting my upline coach down when she was pushing for her goals. I don't know why I gave a shit about her goals. Her goals didn't line up with my goals. Why did I care if she hit 15-star? But it was like all of this responsibility put on me to help her hit her goals. It's manipulation. As soon as you join the team, y'all are gonna get a welcome post and everybody's gonna be like, welcome, 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 we're so glad to have you, blah, 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 blah. It's all fake. If you are not hitting Success Club or if you are not rank advancing, then you suck. I mean, Beachbody, I feel like is somewhat of a cult. It's not like to the extreme of like NXIVM. If you're interested in a cult documentary, definitely look that up. But it is in the same vein in how they manipulate and brainwash your mind. I am still undoing the manipulation. I am still undoing the brainwashing. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell to eat because I don't know anymore. Because I was told I had to eat 1,200 calories. And so if I eat over that, or I overindulge, or if I don't work out every single day, I feel like I've done something wrong. Spiritually, I feel confused. That's how much the MLM has destroyed my mind. I am strong and I know that I'll be able to pick up the pieces. And if you watched my other video, you'll know that there were some benefits that I got from being in the MLM. If you were to ask me if it's wise to join an MLM, my answer would be
No.
like, unless you're thinking it's wise to join a cult. So that was the point of my video today. I hope that helps answer some of your questions. Let me know if you found this informative. And if you guys have any questions at all about my experience with Beachbody or anything you'd like me to look into, comment those below. It'll give me some ideas for future videos. But what do you guys want to know about this? I would love to talk to you guys about it. Know that you're not alone if you're still recovering from your MLM experience. Know that you're supported by the anti-MLM community, that we're not here to bash people who are really searching for something more in their life. We're not here to bash people who are trying to make their life better. We are just trying to educate people and save people from going through a very similar experience. If the MLM industry is working for you, grace and peace, I'm happy for you. Feel free to dislike my video if you absolutely hate it because it'll still bump it up in the algorithm, on the YouTube algorithm. And if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later.